we do need to talk about the article of the week. This week's article comes to us directly from my favorite news source, U.S. News and World Report. And this one says 4 must-do back-to-school tasks for high school juniors. What's really funny about this article is that this was like around the end of August that they came out with this. We were talking about the things, and we'll go through this, but we were talking about this stuff all summer because some of the things that they discuss, it's a little late now to be talking about it. And if you're new on College Success Coaching, or if you're new to the YouTube channel, if you're checking that out, don't worry, you'll get caught up. You just got to stay with us every week, and you got to talk to us and send comments or send in your questions or email me at ericallen@collegesuccesscoaching.com. And then you will be up to date, and you'll be 3 months ahead at least from where all of your peers are. I mean, your competition, same thing. So anyway, let's talk about this article. Whether you are a parent, teacher, student, or administrator, get caught up on the latest news, ideas, and policy debates affecting Americans' high school classrooms. Have something of interest to share? Send your news and notes to them. I'm not going to give you their information. Send it to me. We're more fun anyway. There's some ridiculous picture here. Junior year of high school is typically an important year for college-bound teens since it's the last full year admissions officers often see on transcripts submitted with applications. Yeah, last full year, but your first quarter and sometimes your first half of senior year can also be very important to this. And there's a lot of reasons why you might want that to be the case. If you're going early action or early decision to a lot of colleges, yeah, you're right. It probably won't be most of those grades. But I mean, this also makes it sound like your senior year is not important. It's very important. And there are a lot of reasons for that. And I can't wait to tell you about those when you're in with my senior class. But for now, just suffice it to say, this article's already off to a wonky start. You are really starting to think about transitioning in junior year, says Bill Pepin, Director of Guidance at North Smithfield High School in Rhode Island. Hey, at least they said where it was. North Smithfield High makes it sound so generic. Students have 1 year of high school left, he says, so it's time to start thinking about where they are going next, whether that be college, a career and technical school, the military, or the workforce. He doesn't talk about combinations, but there's certainly combinations therein. Some of you are in the combination. So a lot of this is kind of duh, right? But like this is August 22nd. They're talking about this, saying like revelatory information that, you know, this is the last year that it really matters. And hey, you might want to think about your transitioning. Oh my gosh, no way. As juniors go back to school, school counselors say parents can help steer teens to the following tasks to set the tone for the rest of the year. Yep, or you could have been on College Success Coaching and we could have talked about this in July. Number 1, start to complete college admissions tasks. So again, this is really important because at your junior year, things are going to start to get much more stressful for you, especially as the days are getting shorter. It's getting darker, longer. It's getting colder. It's getting harder to go visit campuses and really get a chance to see what they're all like. So this talks about making a list of colleges. I mean, if you were with me in my sophomore group last year, we were doing those lists and talking about those lists by like December of sophomore year, because you should have been looking at that sophomore year spring, sophomore year late spring, sophomore year summer. So, you know, again, it's okay if you're behind. Like, you can do more virtual touring. There's a lot of colleges that are doing that now. YouTube is a great resource to look on campuses and see what students are doing and what they're up to for the schools that you might be interested in. But to find out even what schools you are interested in, yeah, I mean, you really need to kind of know that by now, because we really need to start getting you into gear of what your SAT, ACT score should be. If it's an ACT, SAT requirement school, if they require a subject SAT and not just the regular, if they require more essays, if there's an interview involved. So there's a lot of things that we really need to kind of moving parts we need to know about. So now is the time we really need to know about that list. So if you're a little bit behind, feel free to reach out to me. We can do a one-to-one. I can help steer you in the right direction, give you a couple of ideas, but really just steer you also towards a college coach, not a college success coach, although I would love to grab some of them for this program. But a college coach, somebody who simply does the pragmatic application process, essay process, SAT, ACT score evaluation, and help you develop a college list. It's just beyond the scope of what we do here because it's very individual. But I do have some resources that I'd be happy to direct you to. There's even some things on the website you can check out. Under the resources section, there is a great organization that is starting to do some really nice online work. I suggest you look at that, talk to your parents, do something that fits your budget and is right for you, but really get going on this list. It's very important. Number 2, they say prepare for the PSAT. I mean, it's October now, right? But even in August, like, prepare for the PSAT. I would hope that in the summer before your junior year, you at least grabbed and put back an SAT and ACT prep book. If you're practicing and preparing for the SAT, you can also look at the PSAT. And if you do well in that, it also has a scholarship involved with it. So, you know, that's really cool. That's really helpful. You can get money for college if you do well in the PSAT. So take that seriously, you know, and that practice doesn't hurt towards your practice for the SAT, although it isn't the same thing. So fear not. ACT, which is very different from the SAT. There are 2 different groups of people that I tend to see, well, 3 if you count people who just aren't good at tests at all. But one group of people, they're the people who work really quickly and they can get work done very fast, but they don't necessarily catch every small error or mistake. And if you're trying to trick them when they're thinking quickly, you can very easily. That's more geared, that type of brain is geared towards the ACT, because typically the complaint that I get from people is, I ran out of time, oh my gosh, I can't believe how fast that goes. So the ACT is great for quick thinking, but like, you know, not as great attention to detail. Whereas the SAT, they give you more time, but they're trying to trick you. Like, actively, they're trying to give you an answer that if you rush through, you would say, yeah, it's definitely the answer. But there's a detail in there that shows that that's why that's not the answer. So it's like, choose the best answer in multiple choice, like the worst type of multiple choice test. That's the SAT. So if you're one of those very careful people that can think relatively quickly, but really detail oriented, you know, you should think about the SAT versus the ACT. I mean, obviously practice both and check them both out. Khan Academy has them for free that you can test both. So check them out. PSAT is pretty important though. There's the pre-ACT, like the pre-ACT. Yeah, people don't really do that. Number 3, establish a rapport with school counselors and teachers. So I talk about this all the time, and I talk about this starting freshman year. You need to build a relationship with the adults at your school. That's your favorite teacher, or get a teacher to make you their favorite student. You need these people to write recommendation letters for you. But more than that, it's important for you to start to learn how to network in general with adults, because until you're in your 30s, you will be looking up to people above you in positions at work and positions at college. And those are the relationships that are going to help move you up, not the lateral relationships you have next to you. They will eventually help prop you up and help you, and they will become your network when you are all more successful. But until then, you really do need to lean on these relationships with people who are older than you. So this is a great way to start doing that. Your guidance counselor wants to talk to you. People think a lot of the time, because I talk about college and I help people and organize them, that I am somehow against guidance counselors or I think less of them. I actually think the world of them. They have one of the hardest jobs on earth, and they care usually the most because they really want you to do well. So, you know, they don't usually have a ton of time, but they do have time for you if you make time for them. So get in there, talk to them. They can actually help you with a college list too, especially if you've built a relationship over the years. They know you pretty well, and they'll be able to help walk you through getting a nice college list and without all that cost of a private college coach. Take school seriously, you think? I mean, this one, I don't really think I need. If you're on this website and you're one of our members, or if you're on the YouTube channel and you're watching this voluntarily, you take school more seriously than the average bear, right? So I'm not that worried about that. But attendance, like, let me go through what they talk about. They talk about attendance. Like, you might think school's important, but you just might not think attendance is that important. It really is. A lot of colleges look at your attendance record. They want to know that you show up. Showing up is really important. And actually in life in general, attendance is really important. Showing up is most of the battle. Don't dig yourself a hole academically. I mean, you're a junior at this point. You either did or you didn't, right? Because you have this, especially now, like, you're a quarter of the way through the year almost. If the hole's deep, it's a pretty deep hole already. Like, you're only going to have 3 semesters to pull yourself up, and it was 8 semesters to get you down there. So be reasonable is what my advice would be, not this article. You should be reasonable about your expectations. Go on to Naviance You should be looking at what students in your school scored on the SAT, ACT, and GPA wise and got into the school that you were looking at, things like that. But be careful. You definitely could do better this year, and you should take advantage of honors courses, take advantage of AP courses, do the things that will boost your GPA, because this is the last hurrah, and it could make for a really good college application essay if you didn't take school seriously until this year. Hi, you're back, you're with us now. And now all of a sudden you're rocking it, you're killing it, you're getting great grades with harder classes. It's a Cinderella story. So it definitely, not that it's, uncommon, but it is a good essay story because there is some reason why you suddenly take it seriously. Hopefully it's because you listen to our videos and you've been participating in the College Success Coaching Program and you've found your purpose to be on this earth. You know your value in life and you care so much about it. You're willing to do the hard things to grow and learn and be the best version of yourself you can be so you can knock it out of the park. But if that's not true, hopefully you'll just still take school seriously and we can talk about the whole purpose and value thing. So that's all they have on here. I mean, there are many things that you guys need to be looking at right now because you're in your junior year of high school. Look at clubs and organizations. What is it that you're going to be a captain in? What is it that you could be a leader in? Leadership roles really matter now. So it's not just about the networks. It's not just about the GPA. It's not just about attendance. You could get involved in a volunteer group. You could be doing something for your community, and you could be a leader in that by like the middle of this year and then next year. And that could show on your transcript that you didn't just like jump into community service like by the end of the year because your high school required it, or you found out, oh my gosh, I could do this for my college application. I don't know why you sound like that. That's weird. But you do all that, and then you can, you have a year and a half still basically to show that you have time put into something and committed to it, because that definitely looks good for you in the college process. So there are a lot of other things that we talk about all the time in junior year, and I hope that you will continue to ask questions about it. But as we go forward, I'll keep you updated. That's what we're here for. But I love articles that kind of point out how amazing that we are in this great community, and how you ask great questions and we give out the right answers so that you can get further ahead of people who are just reading articles. Even guess what? Most people aren't reading these articles, so you're miles ahead, and I'm super proud of that. I'm really happy for you guys. And you know what? This has been the article of the week. Did you like that video? Did you find it interesting? Do you want to find out more about how to get more out of life? That's a lot of mores, and we can do even more than that. So if you would like to check out our website, www.collegesuccesscoaching.com, you can see what it's all about. I answer live questions every week. I have videos with experts in all kinds of fields that can help you to learn more about what they do and what you could be doing, and even more. We have resources on the website. It's a blast. So go ahead, check out the website. It's risk-free, 2 weeks on me. You're welcome. And otherwise, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can get all these article reviews, as well as every once in a while, I'll do a live Periscope where I'll answer any questions anybody sends me throughout that time. So keep on keeping on. We'll see you soon.